Good afternoon. Why time means money? Because time is a tested tool that shows us how productive we were. It is actually how we utilize our time that tells us what our outcome will be. And many a times what happens is when we are putting off things and postponing them just because there's another day, you will also realize that a day has passed by without doing nothing. So if you have a list to do and you cross-check that list per day, once in 2 days, or once in a week, once in a month, what are the activities that will be done? Let's say you start developing and changing your habit of waking up 1 hour early. What is the benefit that you've got from that? How much of extra work could you do in that extra 1 hour because you got up early? How else did you benefit? What else? How could you find extra time for yourself just because it has helped you to focus on and build a discipline schedule using the list? It also helps us to know how, by focusing, not by looking at the clock, but looking at the activities to do and not focusing on the clock that it's not time up. Just make a list of the activities that should be done for the day. Don't look at the clock. Just start off and work accordingly. But if you're going to look at the clock, it's not a time now. There's bound to be a negative effect on your work. Just stay focused, and it is difficult at times because when it's just like, for example, if you have started a recurring deposit in a bank and you have to go every week, since you can't do on weekdays, you go at the end of the week to deposit your amount, whatever you have saved for the day. Now, how do you save that? By doing things by yourself, by not overspending on junk food, etc. So this way you can inculcate the habit of saving. You can also cultivate discipline. Same way you can cultivate discipline in how you manage your time, and you can plan it well. And if you have a project to complete 2 months ahead, you split out what you have to do, what you need. Initially make a full list of it and keep it handy. What materials you need, go next. What you have to do, where you have to research, how much of pages are you going to work for that project. You can put it in time slots, and then you can manage. Put a deadline each time and say, yes, you have done it. This will be a moral booster to you. When you, first thing is when you start off, that itself is a great signal you have taken one step forward. And then you have another important step to do, that is organizing and planning out the project, like how, why, what, for whom, when, and how should you frame it. What are the different methods in which you can do your project? If you are looking for research on the web, then how you can copy that, how you can learn how to change the font, you can learn how to do the uppercase and lowercase, and you can also learn the sentence case in this, which will make your work very easy. And in fact, how to study. Yes, you need to test what you study, and for that you need to have a structure that will test what you have learned. You also need to understand what you have learned. And when you test what you learn, if you have not understood a concept, it will show in your test that certain things, when it comes to reasoning, when it comes to differences, when it comes to how can you spot and differentiate what are the benefits and disadvantages and advantages. If you're able to spot everything in your test and you know it thoroughly, and then if you have not understood it, underline where you could not answer. Because you're doing your self-test after studying, you should know each concept, the description, evaluation, differentiation, reasoning, understanding, and after that understanding, you underline where actually you are not able to get the concept. And then you devotedly spend time in clearing your doubts, asking for help, looking for the proper reference books, and then you can earn what you want to learn. By having the constant urge to learn, you can earn a lot of knowledge, and you can build upon it. Many of us at times read a lot of books, but it is like stacked up like in the library. We do not implement it. And with time, if you are really serious, you can try implementing it, and you can see the results for yourself. To implement anything, you have to do it yourself. And once you do it on your own, then you see the beauty in which you realize you have a lot of inner potential, because as humans we use not just 10% of it, and that's not enough. We have to exceed that limit, and in general we are not exceeding that limit. The more we play, it's after school, you say finish schooling, finish college and close your books. That won't work, because you have to play word games, you have to learn new words. For example, you can play a word game like take the name Continental and make 100 different new words from those English alphabets. You can learn a lot like that. You can write about 250 words starting with the letter D. That can be a very interesting exercise to do. And also you can have activities that will keep your brain active, because as we grow older we have nothing to do. We are looking here, there, and we are whiling away at time. Even 15 minutes that you get for during the break or after lunch, where you don't know what to do, you can do some tidying up, you can do some, you can also list out what you need to do and what you need to buy, where you actually your money is going in. You can have a book, accounts book of your time, of how you're studying. You can have a timetable of how you're putting in your time to study. What are your results? You can give stars, have columns with stars, etc. that will push you. And as you grow older, you got to remember, when you're doing work on your own, there'll be no one to come and pat you all the time. You have to pat your own back, and that's where the element of patting your own back is important, because nobody will come and pat your back for you. You have to have your own set timetable for various different. And if you are a science student, it does not necessarily mean that you should not read books which are not your stream. You can go through books from other streams, through management, finance, economics, and all that. It will give you a lot of, it will help you a lot in knowing how an organization works, what you need to know, and the words used. And we know, all of us are familiar with the word bill. But when somebody tells, make the invoice for, and you're like, what invoice? In and voice, what is it? Now you will learn, when you learn from different streams, what is the in and what is your inner voice also telling you. I can't do this, I can't do that. Please knock out the T and you will find you can smoothly and softly move ahead. It is smooth. Only thing you need to do it constantly, and it will help you to put your things in a smooth manner. But having a study timetable and a timetable to manage your time, also a timetable for your to test what you have completed, the result sheet, and also how you can develop hobbies in the same way. We have there's wonderful information on YouTube, but you should know what exactly to look at, to learn. Don't just some of them students have now developed art habits like just going through videos and doing it without knowing why this is being done. That will not help a lot, but if you are able to learn why you need to do it, what are the techniques behind it, then it will be very extremely useful. And also when it comes to spellings and spell bee, because most of them are texting the message, they are not concentrating on spellings. To improve your spelling, please read a book. And reading a book, maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes too is fine, but you're reading something and you're gaining a lot through that exercise. Time can be also used for, because the short forms used while they're sending messages, not everyone can understand it. And it's going to be a bit confusing for if there's a gap of 20-40 years between the individual who's texting the message and the other who's receiving. There's going to be a whole lot of them. Concentrate on spelling, concentrate on typing the full word, so that it will be very easy in helping out and removing the unnecessary time wasted in trying to figure out what is short typed in the messages in WhatsApp, etc. And hoping that this will give you a clear idea how to study and how well to study. Anything which has to do with studies have basic questions as what, where, which, why, how, what, who, and differences, reasoning, and advantages and disadvantages, and the value point added to each of those learning is the sum total of how you study and how you spend your time. Thank you.